Hello and welcome, fellow tankers. So you want to win the brutal difficulty in the last stand in World of Tanks. I can absolutely recommend you to go first to the Discord if you're playing alone or used to play alone, and just go directly to the platoon chat and write down you want to play in a platoon, you're searching for platoon, playing brutal difficulty, EU or NA, wherever you are playing, and then some people will write. And you can just go and say, okay, we can start a platoon together, what's your in-game, and then you can connect with each other. And that's actually a pretty cool thing, because you can definitely have a far greater impact in the game when you're working together and you can coordinate yourself with the others. And actually people on Discord are really trying their best to play the game, and they are not some weird random dudes who, I don't know, are alcoholics, or I don't want to go too far, but sometimes I really doubt that those random players are even trying to win that mode. So if you manage to take your platoon together, I must say I was very lucky. My platoon mates were very competent and we had a great team layout. I can absolutely recommend you to have some people in the platoon who play the Grom or the Turtle. Very good tanks for that. I played the Carnarvon, a tech tank, also high DPM. This is the most important thing. You need high DPM tanks, and at best would be if they have like a low alpha damage, but they can shoot fast, so you can like portion your damage very good. But also the XM tank worked very good for high alpha damage and just bouncing some shots. And you will see this works out very good. I can absolutely recommend this layout. At best, you're spawning in this area here, where the buildings are, because you have like a very nice opportunity from there to shoot through the whole map, or to flank the enemy tanks. Actually, sometimes they are trying to flank you from behind, but then they are already there at your place and you can farm them pretty fast. So look at this. This is absolutely beautiful, and I didn't know those people at all. We just went together at that day, and I think this looks so professional. We're waiting here, and this is the second try. It was the second try, and it already worked. The first try was very close. We ended in wave 4, or actually in wave 5, but at the end of wave 5, so we just got 4 waves. So here you can see the first enemies are coming, and we talk to each other. You don't even have to speak with them with Discord or through Discord. Many people don't want to talk at all, which is completely fine, but you can use the chat, of course, at least, and just try to coordinate yourself. We are trying to not kill the enemies as fast as possible, because we want them to come close to us, as you can see, so we can farm the Mirium, because the Mirium is very low in this brutal difficult mode. And always then try to focus the low HP targets. This was a very bad shot. And the T-94 tanks which are coming here, the Lost Grenadiers, you can shoot them with HE. I'm gonna show you very fast. So those Lost Grenadiers are basically just T-49 tanks, and you can see at the front they are not so easy to pen with HE, because we have 50mm armor, but the sides, they are pretty large actually, and they have just 25. So absolutely good target for HE shells. The Fire Hornets, as far as I know, they are AMX 1390 tanks. They are easy to penetrate actually from the front as well, because they have like around 30 to 40mm armor, but they are much smaller, so maybe just go for a normal shell, because sometimes maybe it can get in the tracks and stuff like this. So, but if you can manage to like shoot the sides and get the turrets or something like this is all just 20mm and an easy target for HE shells. The sides of those tanks are very easy to penetrate with HE shells. I'm not doing this here. I was not thinking fast enough. Here I'm trying it. But then they are actually annihilated very easily. And here we are. First wave is done, and all the Mirium is in our area. Very nice. So let's talk about the layout here. You should bring fast reload, stealth heal, and group repairs. Group repairs is maybe the most important thing you should bring into the battle. But there are other layouts too. This can work different for other tanks. Sometimes, actually, the VK tank, the 168, the Mauer pressure, should work actually too when it's got the turbo booster. We'll find some videos about that in the internet, but I think this is like very standard layout, and this works pretty good. Always try to keep your Mirium together for the last 2 waves actually, if it's possible. And here again we try to kill, of course, the hedgehogs first, but also to let the enemies come close to us. And this hedgehog sadly hit the XM. I tried to prevent this, but I wasn't fast enough. Gotta speed this a little bit up. Next wave is coming. And both tanks are very annoying, the Guard AMX tanks. They have a weak side and a large side, but if they come frontally to you, they can be a problem. And this is where the XM tanks are really shining. They can, as far as I know, penetrate them. And of course, always shoot gold in this game mode, because the gold ammunition doesn't cost anything. Every ammunition doesn't cost anything. You can spam gold, premium shells, all you want. Don't hesitate to use it. So those are actually pretty easy to kill, the guards. And we almost managed to, by speeding this up, finish the second wave. You can always count here how many enemies are left in that area here. So if it's going to be close, you can sometimes hit the group repair if you see, okay, there are still 10 enemies left, we really need to hold our HP together. And I absolutely love this. I was very lucky with this team as well, but you will find a lot of people on Discord who are trying their best, and if you communicate as good as possible with them, you will manage to find a great team. I'm pretty sure about this. Just don't be shy. Sometimes it's difficult, but you don't have to write much, or you don't have to talk to them anyway. But before the battle, it's pretty important that everyone knows that you are focusing the targets, you shoot the low HP targets and stuff like this, but you also try to let the first two waves come as close as possible to you. And definitely, when they are coming, focus the trapper tanks and those fire light tanks, which can set you on fire. Very annoying and very difficult to destroy, to prevent from coming close. That's what I mean. Also, those Ferrara tanks, they come close and they make like an area damage. And of course, hedgehogs always should be focused first. This is where you need something like a turtle or the Carnarvon for the fast shooting shells. They don't need to do much damage, but they need to be precise and on time. Then also, I'm using here an HP boost with turbo and gun rammer. So I think most tanks will need this layout. Maybe you can change the turbo over HP module with something else, like a vertical stabilize or something like this, if you play the Carnarvon. But I would say HP boost should be actually the most important thing, besides the rammer. And then you're kind of free to choose the third thing as your tank needs it. Or however your tanks need it. So here's one of those flame tanks. And because he was coming first and alone, the Grom was not hesitating to send it back to the shades where it came. Big fat alpha hedgehog. Destroyed, perfect. And sometimes the little ones are getting stuck, which is very nice. Oh, that was the most worst shot in that whole match, I guess. So everyone really has to concentrate and give its best. If you're doing too many mistakes, that can actually cost you the game. So always try to play as best as possible, also to help your teammates, so they can maybe do a mistake. So I'm on fire, as you have seen, but with that stealth heal, you can delete the fire. And also my teams are smashing the group repairs without any further communication. We are just looking. You always have to check this area here if your teammates might need some heal, and then don't hesitate to smash it, because if a tank dies, that's the worst thing. For example, one is down here. It's not that you could prevent this all the time, but the bad thing is he loses his Miriam, and he will respawn just with half of his HP. And I think in wave 4 or 5, so in the well, let's say it should just happen in the 4th wave the first time, and maybe just to 1 or at max 2 teammates of you, because otherwise it will be extremely hard to win. Also, you see the triple tanks, if you're standing too close to each other, you will have a large problem. I was getting here a massive amount of damage because I wasn't fast enough to get away from those areas. So always split up, especially in the starting with a 3rd wave. But I have to say my team was absolutely doing great here. Absolute experts, I've got to say. And always keep an eye on the minimap. Here you can see like alpha tanks already coming behind us. I'm trying always, this is the most important thing, avoid those traps because they do massive damage. And here, I think it's the first time I'm using that damage skill, because healing is most of the time the most important thing. But sometimes, if you have like one big fat enemy tank in front of you, and you can like delete him in like 2 or 3 seconds, do it. Don't hesitate, even if he's not a low HP target. But if you have that ability left and everyone is looking fine with his HP, can get rid of one very dangerous tank, especially those alpha tanks. So I should focus now actually the Corrupted Hornet, that fire tank. I think you can shoot at them HE shells too, they are just AMX tanks. And now we have to help our turtle. Bad shot, but also the alpha was angling. That was very bad too. So you see, you don't have to be an absolutely unicorn player to finish this game mode. You can do some mistakes, and kudos on my teammates, amazing. So those were the end game statistics. As you can see, our Grom was doing an amazing job. Also the turtle, they are absolutely DPM monsters, and they focused the enemy targets very good, the low HP targets as well. And all in all, everyone did over 10k, which is very important. And also shooting the low HP targets to get the kills, absolutely important to win this game mode. Very hard, but absolutely worth it. If you have a team which knows what they are doing, you can finish this actually kind of fast. Just try your best and maybe try to connect with other players on Discord. Alright, thanks guys for watching. I hope this will help you. Don't buy any boxes, and cheers bros.